2 minutes. Gritting already. That's not good. Very well. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Sunday Night Skippy Racing Action. Once again, we are joining the race live here as they're already gridding, so let's skip past most of the formalities, with the exception being, of course, introducing your crew tonight. We've got Peter Lee in the house. Peter, how are you doing tonight?
We're doing a great race, Chris. Thanks.
Awesome. And joining us for tonight, special guest Joshua Fidge Johnson, aka Andy, aka Fridge. Not sure exactly what we're going with tonight, but great to have you here, and hope you're looking forward to this race as much as I am.
Yeah, hey fellas, thanks for having me. Looking forward to it. Should be a bloody ripper.
Outstanding. Yeah, we've got 14 cars on the grid right now. And let's make sure that we don't miss anything. But here is your starting lineup for tonight. Rafael Bofill will take the pole position there. The 233-485. Charles Weber starting on the front row with him. And I will let you read the rest as we have Oliver Hartley and Michael McLeod. Michael McLeod is not grid yet, but he is showing in the session. Anyway, while we look at that and we get ready for the race to start here as it is, tell me what you guys are looking forward to tonight.
Well, I'm looking forward to some multicultural, multilingual commentary from the Fridge here.
Oh no, a lot of pressure. Looks like a clean start.
Oh
so
yeah.
Far, so good. Now I've heard rumors that this is going to be a warm track. Is that was that just on the Discord? I glanced at it. Was that for the Formula One race, or is that for this one as well? Let's see.
Well, this is 31 degrees Celsius. Don't know what that is in Fahrenheit.
In Imperial.
I think it's like 87, 88, something
it's
like
hot.
that.
It's hot. That's all I can tell you. So it's going to be tricky, especially these first couple laps. The cutting, it's a tricky corner on cold tires. It's all tricky. I don't know what to tell you.
Very good. Well, as we get rolling up their first time up the hill here, you know, as always, we like to bring up the fact if anybody is new to the series or Skippy Racing in general, tuning in for the first time maybe, one of the things to point out is the tires when they start the race, just like most other, I guess, race cars, are very cold, and that can make things just a touch treacherous in these race cars. So you're going to see them taking it a little bit easier, and then the lap times will kind of slowly get better and better as the car gets a little more sure under their feet, and especially as they make their way down the hill here. Really easy place to bin it.
Rafa getting a little bit out of sorts coming down the dipper, but you know, he held it together. Here comes a tricky part. Forest Elbow, I think it's the hardest corner on the track. I don't know if you agree.
I'll say
It's been completely mysterious to me the whole week. And
I've
it's so
only
important because it sets you up for this big long straight down the hill.
I was gonna say that is the biggest thing. It's been a minute. So we did the Bathurst 12-hour race in the GT3s, and I'll tell you what, if you didn't get that corner right, it was a miserable straightaway where you're just kind of watching people walk away from you.
Looks like they sorted it out coming into the chase. That's good.
Right.
Don't really want to be going
P2,
too hard.
yeah, P2 took over P1.
Yep, Charles. Is his first or second SF2 race?
That's a good question. I wasn't here obviously last week, so he may have started last week, but this is the first one I'm calling where he's been in there. So if we didn't catch you last time, Charles Weber, welcome to Skippy Formula 2, and congratulations on leading lap 1.
This is definitely Charles' first race on the big screen.
Yep. Oh no, Jake lost it coming into the coming down the mountain. He's in the pit. He's in pit lane at the moment.
Jake.
You know, Chris, we talk about this every week with Jake. He's, you know, probably one of the fastest drivers on the track, and so he just needs to string it together, and he'll get some good.
I'm telling you,
results here.
He's blistering quick.
And it
Too
looks like
much speed for his own good.
Yeah, we've all been there. We've all been there.
back in P8, 9, and 10, we've got a really tough battle now brewing with Rich Butler, Oliver Hartley, and Nick Tulo. Oh, and now Rob Chestnut also caught up to that pack. So tight pack of 4 coming up the hill.
If I'm not mistaken, Rob Chestnut is also new, correct?
That's
relatively
right.
soon.
Yep.
Not too many passing opportunities up on the top of the mountain. You kind of just want to stay single file.
So
is there an Australian term for a close pack of cars?
No. Oh, and if there is, I'm not sure of it. Or maybe I'm not allowed to say it on air.
It's a family show. Yeah, if I remember correctly, at least for the Skippies, it seemed like the biggest passing opportunity was at the end of the straight, you know, kind of going into the, I don't know about the little chicane there, I don't know what turn numbers those are, but certainly that final corner before start-finish line. Do you think that'll hold true for this race as well?
Yeah, I think so. I think what usually goes down in these races, most of the race you're swapping positions on the chase, and then you're kind of swapping on that straight, that first straight, and you'll sort of play ball with the other races for a little bit, but then, you know, coming to the last couple of laps, bit of jostling for who, like where do you want to be on that last lap is what it comes down to. You know, you want to be in second coming to the end, or you want to be in third. I don't know.
Yeah, and especially now, you know, I think tires are coming up to temperature, and so everyone's going to feel a little more comfortable. It's less about survival and more about not losing the pack.
Yep. I think we'll see a lot of gentleman racing up until the end.
Yeah.
And then elbows come out.
Well, I'll say the front pack here kind of starting to pull away. I'll still include back to Rusty Pottenberg, I think, including this front pack, because he's still, oh boy, yeah, kind of smoking around there. But this front pack of 4 kind of starting to put a little bit of a gap there back to, or wait, is that 3? 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess I'll include Charles Weber in that. Never mind, Matt Shepka there being the rounding out your top 5. Just a bit of a gap that they've opened up back to him, and then you've got another 1.85 seconds back to Dan Pagowski and Barry Stockdale. Another second and a half back to Oliver Hartley with that battle that we were just watching earlier. So Pack's starting to form a little bit, and I forget what the draft cone, I don't know what you want to call it for the Skippy is, like how many seconds back you want to be coming out of that final turn in order to feel that draft pull going down that final stretch, but I think it was
and you don't want to be too close. If you're too close, they can get the draft back from you. I've had that happen a few times. Or what I've even seen is that the leading car will make a mistake, which seems on purpose, so then you can take the lead and then they'll get the draft back off you. So there's sometimes some sneaky shenanigans go down.
Yeah.
Like,
But Joshua, do you think it feels like down this hill, like you get a draft benefit even more than a second behind?
oh yeah, like 1.2,
Yeah.
1.3, yeah, absolutely.
oh, wow, okay.
And
The
it's
other
such a
thing that
big
happens
strip.
down this hill is 3 wides happen all the time, and
Yep.
I don't know about you, Joshua, but I detest being in the middle.
Yeah, I'm a big advocate of pulling out of the 3 wide.
Well, look at that, Rusty Bonberg making full
Yeah.
use of the draft, shooting his way back up to the top.
Ray doing a nice move into Murray's corner there on the inside. That was nice as well.
Chris, on that previous lap, you called out Charles Webber getting a little out of sorts, and I think what happened there is, coming up at the end of this straight, Rafa took a defensive inside line, which caused him to lose a little entry speed, and then, there was an accordion. Charles quite surprised. So maybe they're not being so polite with each other already this early on.
All right, elbows out, 8 minutes into the race. I like it, fellas. We got wheel-to-wheel racing coming up. Russell Punberg, Raphael Bofill making it work. It's going to get a little bit skinnier on the track up here, though. I don't know how long they can make that happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, this lead pack's doing a great job of working together for the most part. Little bit fighty here and there, but not too bad.
It seems to be throwing jabs, like a boxer.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
Kind of throwing, feeling it out, seeing what's what, and ultimately,
Just let them know, yeah, mate, I'm here. Don't forget about me, all right?
A little further back, Matt Shepka on the gearbox of Nick Tullo, and as Rob Chestnut looks on a little bit further back, but Shepka, he's down 5 spots, and I'm not 100% sure what happened. Where do we go?
Oh.
What in the world?
Something happened there. I think Daniel.
Okay.
Yeah,
we've got a whole bunch of stuff here. What is going on? So, Charles Webber.
Oh, Charles Webber
was at the back of this front pack, and of course we're not going to have a great camera angle here, probably. Oh, I don't know what happened. It looks like he just turned right. Dan Pagowski narrowly avoided him. Maybe not. Let's see if I can't get a better look at this. Oh, he tried
one thing
to.
Yeah, boy.
And was unsuccessful.
One thing I've noticed is with the new smoke model, if you lose a little bit of extra time to figure out where the spinner is going, and especially that part of the track, just had to flip a coin on which way to go.
Well, after all of that, we've got Ray Bartnikowski, also a relative newcomer. Again, I don't know if it was last week or this week, but welcome to Ray. And he's worked his way up into first. So, Rafa Rusty still going wheel to wheel there, but the 91 car is leading the way here as we start I guess we're about a quarter way into it now, but lap 5.
Yep, Ray's looking great. Good pace. Oh, it's just so tricky coming down the mountain, It's so easy to make a mistake. A lot of risk versus reward, I find. No, if you really decide to push it, there's a lot of time to be found coming down the mountain, coming down the dipper. But it comes at great risk. You can just lose it just like that. It's tricky.
Yeah, I'm just terrified every single time at the start of the downhill, but you're under pressure because if you don't keep a gap, then you're just going to get drafted and passed on the long downhill straight.
I think next time through we'll ride along with one of the drivers there just to give people a sense of, I don't know. Oh boy, he's gonna lock that. Just like we said, it's pretty tricky. When you're carrying just a little too momentum there going into that turn, but I don't think the camera angle really does it justice, and certainly probably not iRacing versus real life. Just what a dip that is, what a downhill section that is, and how you're kind of on the ragged edge as you're trying to navigate all those lefts and rights.
Yeah, the biggest tip someone ever gave me, I think Jeffrey Decker told me, aim for the wall of the dipper and you'll be fine. It's scary advice because the wall will kill you, but
interesting.
It works. You aim for the wall, no worries. Easy 4/10.
I feel like that's that advice where, if you want to get a good high five every time, you stare at the other person's elbow.
Yes, yeah,
right?
Very similar. Yeah,
just look
exactly
at that.
The same.
You'll
Works
hit it every time. Well, Rusty Pondberg
looks like Rusty's.
Yeah. Look at that. Now this is a two-stop race.
Tricky pit entrance. 2-stop.
Is that right?
2-stop. Yeah.
All
so this will be 2 stops. That's an interesting thing because he's going to lose touch with the lead pack. So it's a super interesting, I guess, undercut attempt here. It'll be interesting to see if that works out.
Well, Rusty Pondberg, Nick Tullo, Rich Butler. Sorry, not Rick. Rich Butler is. They're all going to join him. We've got some Team Toxic fan, Jonathan Docker checking in. Stockdale running 5th for them tonight so far. Well, up to 4th now with the pit stop. So nice run there by Barry Stockdale.
Now, it's a bloody tricky little pit entrance, that one. It's like a separate little track you have to learn. Having that little chicane.
Yeah, that's another thing that I want to ride along with, just to give people a sense of what that's like. So maybe we'll stick with either Ray or Raphael here. And, actually, let's just do that now. Why not?
Joshua, what do you think about that? You're so experienced. What do you think about Rusty's early pitting there?
I still haven't figured out pit strategy at all. I have got it wrong, I think, every race. I've been staying out as long as I can. All the leaders pit, and I feel like I'm winning. I'm in P1, I'm loving it, and then the leaders come out 30 seconds ahead, and I go, oh no. So I don't know what to do. I'm not the person to ask. But then Edwin, he'll pit 10 laps early. I've got no idea. I think maybe Rusty thinks that he's got better pace, and maybe these guys are slowing him down a little bit, so he feels maybe he gets in early, he can get a few quick laps in. Yeah. Uninterrupted. Maybe feels like he's got more pace going down the mountain. But
the only other thing besides the draft here, as we were seeing Ray Bartnikowski make the pass there, you lose the benefit of the draft to some extent, but you also are not putting yourself in a position where people are, you're passing each other every other lap, which of course reduces the chance of incidental contact.
They're coming in. It's a good entrance from Ray.
Yeah, look at that. Nice little chicanes there. And then you slam on the brakes, trying to maximize your time.
Who puts a chicane at the entrance of a pit? Come on.
A couple of them at that. Holy cow.
Australians do.
Apparently.
It's ridiculous. I'll sort him out. I'll get on the phone today.
Well, there you go. All of your leaders coming down. That's going to be Rafa, Ray, Oliver, and Barry Stockdale making their way down. Let's check out where Rusty Pondberg is. He's coming around the final turn, start-finish line. Will presumably take over the lead. Yeah.
Going to be really close.
Stoppers number 9. Oh, yeah, look at that. They're already on the exit there.
So he lost out a little bit.
Oh, my. Look at that. So I'm looking at pit times here, and oh man, that is really strange. Okay, so he must have just had a. They were all very similar in terms of from pit entry to pit exit. So total time on pit road, all within about 0.6 seconds of each other or so. But let's see, Rusty was the quickest by far in the actual pit stall. So maybe he just did not optimize his speed there on pit road, and ended up kind of losing out for it.
Yeah, I think so. I'm looking at the lap times, and Rafa and Ray were both doing 33s coming into the pit stop, and I think Rusty was doing a 35, 36. So I think the draft is probably just a little bit. I think you want to hold on to the draft as much as you can.
There you go, lesson learned. I guess that answers that question.
That'll help me out for the SF1 race.
That makes sense to me too. Yep. Because, while Ray and Rafa are passing each other, that leapfrogging is actually helping both of them.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're saving fuel in the draft as well, so.
That's true.
Yep.
Well, oh boy, look at that. Ray really getting the, he paid for the track, he's going to use all the real estate. So, these two.
Last season, I drove more than half the race with bent steering after doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
That will happen. Well, as you can see on the gaps there, this is easily the closest race we have throughout the field. Obviously, the early incidents kind of spreading the field out probably more than they wanted. And with just being a larger track, it kind of gets a little lonely out there. Gets separated from everybody else.
But you still can't lose concentration because this track will get you. As soon as you stop thinking about it for a second, gone.
Do you have any? I was at, we talk about that a lot too. You want to talk about broken records? We talk a lot about, if you're out there on your own, and we say it specifically in the context of being in the lead, but I think it's true no matter where you are, fighting for any position. Do you have any techniques as a driver to maintain that concentration, or does it just kind of come natural?
Oh, I'm terrible at maintaining concentration. If I'm on a long straight on my own, I'm looking at my phone, I'm drinking coffee. It's not good.
It's actually impressive now that I know that. Do you listen to music?
Oh no, I couldn't listen to music. No, that's one step too far.
Okay, all right. I listened to some Taylor Swift before, but it had mixed results.
Oh my god.
Sorry, what were you saying?
I don't know if I want to be a part of this conversation now. Well, what I was saying is, for me, it makes a difference if I'm, in the lead of a pack, or, in the middle, or at the end of a pack.
Yeah.
Like having somebody to chase is, like, at least for me, mentally the best thing.
Absolutely, yeah, I agree. Gives you a target. Locks you in.
Yeah.
Lately, I've been taking the approach, if I'm in a bit of a pack, I'm pretty happy to just chill behind and let the guys sort it out. I'm not really fighting for position.
Right.
Kind of stole that one from Jeffrey Decker. Watched him do that a few times, and monkey see, monkey do. I just copy everything he does. So.
Well, if you're gonna copy anybody, he's a good one to do that.
Shout outs to Jeffrey Decker.
Absolutely, and Jeffrey's also just been one of the more active coaches here for the league with Joe Zubo and Daniel Pagowski.
Yep.
Have you thought about coaching, Joshua?
I don't think I should be a coach, to be honest. I don't think I'll have no good advice, to be honest.
Oh, I doubt that. Uh-oh, looked like Matt Shepka just had... looks like he hit a wall in the S's.
Man, not the night that he was hoping for, I can promise you that.
No. Boy.
Well, speaking of which, Looks like Ray's going to take him around for lap 9, setting the hot lap of the evening so far. Let's tick past 21 and a half minutes of our 35-minute race. Let's just go through the field real quick. Obviously, we've been watching Ray Bartnikowski and Rafael Bofill here battle for the lead. Rafael kind of just hanging back for the moment, at least. A little further back, Rusty Pottenberg doing his darndest to try to catch up. And he's currently the last podium sitter. Started third, currently running third. Oliver Hartley's up 9 positions right now in that 6 Google car. Yeah, biggest gainer of the race so far. Barry Stockdale back there sitting in P5. He's going to run a top 5. About 7 to 8 seconds back there is Rich Butler in 6th. Nick Tullo in 7th, up 4 spots himself. And about 27 seconds back from that, Rob Chestnut. He's up 4 spots as well. A nice solid run for him tonight. Charles Weber involved in an early incident there. Down 7 spots overall, but still running in 9th. Trying to work his way back up. I think I saw Jake Ashe involved in another incident. So started 10th, running 10th, and getting those laps in for the 77 car. Dan Pagowski, we saw him involved in an incident there going down the hill. Down 4 spots. And I do believe we have one fast repair, right? So you get the tow, but that can be quite a bit of time, and you will get the car fixed, but it's tough to maintain the concentration after that. But that being said, this track will come out and bite anybody at any time. So there's really no sense in throwing in the towel, because you just never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
At Shepka,
Yeah, one.
All right, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, the tow truck, dragging a broken race car down through the vineyards.
It's a great battle for
see
P1.
Barry Stockdale up there running P5. This is a great run for him, and he's just been so solid and so steady, and sometimes the results don't show just how great he's been driving. So it's really good to see him running up.
Yeah, it looks like a relatively clean run for him tonight. So yeah.
Yeah, he's putting in some great laps.
And actually now, so Shepka's back out there. We've actually got a battle here for P11 between Shepka and Pagowski. So keep your eye on that one on the timing tower.
Oh, that's awesome. Those are two racers who really like to battle. And they'll have fun, but they're going to really go at it with each other. Those two guys. It's impressive to see how Ray and Rafa are just playing leapfrog lap after lap.
Yeah, they'll just be gearing up for the final lap, I think, both of them.
I hate to this may be obvious or this may be silly. I don't know which one it is, but going into the final lap, you're going to want to be in P2, yeah?
I think so. Yeah, coming out of the Forest Elbow, yeah, P2's the prime position. Draft is just too strong.
So that concept of, the leader goofing up, this may be very calculated on Ray's part, but I guess time will tell. That's to take nothing away from Rafael Bofill, very fast driver, but
I'm just happy to see some Australian brands on the signage. I feel like I'm at home.
yeah.
Might pop off to Super Cheap Auto. I got to get new wipers for my car, so maybe it's reminded me to do that.
So it's working.
Yeah. What else is there?
Caltex. What's Caltex?
Caltex. That's a petrol station or a gas station.
Okay. Yeah.
Armor All. That's a classic. It's car cleaning products. Pedigree. That's dog food. That's a great one. I had to buy dog food yesterday. That one reminded me.
Oh, Ray just broke off from.
Yeah, this is a risk, I think.
Ooh, interesting.
That's a big risk.
That's going to remove the advantage that they had running a draft.
Maybe he thinks he's faster. I think that's what could be this one.
Yeah. Well, the gap now to Rusty Pondberg is 6.4 seconds or so. Just around there, 6.3.
Oliver's in the pits as well. So Rafa's really got to get his head down now and put in a ripper lap coming to the pits.
Well, this may have lucked out for Ray because he's got Rich right ahead of him right now. So
Maybe that was all part of the plan.
there you go.
Wow,
Ray's
that
playing
would be
checkers.
brilliant.
He's playing
So
3D chess. Yeah.
that's like, like Mercedes Formula One genius, if that's true.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm looking here. So that battle for 11th, Dan Pegowski, Matthew Shepka that we were talking about. Dan Pegowski was last down on lap 6, and Shepka was lap 8. So they are a bit different on their. Obviously, I think some of that is incident driven, but nonetheless, different fuel states, different fuel strategies. So, wondering if Shepka's going to pit with Dan, even though he's got a little bit more fuel than he does. I'm guessing.
Yeah, Ray could possibly really benefit from Rich Butler's draft here, and it's looking like, I don't know. What do you think, Joshua? It here and come out.
Yeah, it's
ahead.
tricky. Well, you're the one with champion pedigree.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
maybe you're the person to ask.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, about that.
yeah. Well, the thing here is, for me, it's got to be a thing for you. You put that sometimes even more per lap if you have a draft.
Say that again, sorry.
You get that extra second,
Yeah,
or even more per lap.
yeah.
So
it's
it just
a lot.
seems like, yeah. And so, if I had to guess, I would think that Ray might have an advantage. Although he just lost, looked like Rich just pitted. So Ray's now out on.
Well, speaking of pitting, Rusty Pondberg, who had taken about 3/10 off Rafa's lead there, isn't much, but it's something. Builds a little bit of pace. He dipped into pit road, so that's going to leave Bofil with the lead by a large margin, but 24 seconds. That's something to keep your eye on. Well, actually, so Barry Stockdale, I guess, has to again. So Bart Nikowski is 28 seconds back. That's going to be the gap.
So while we're embarrassing each other, I know, Joshua, you said you wouldn't be a viable coach, but is that really true? Yeah, I mean, you've been doing so well, and you're, I think, obviously a top 10.
Yeah. Look, I've had a
driver in the league.
bit of improvement, which is nice. I've really been enjoying the newfound pace. But look, if anyone does want to get any coaching, and if they're willing to work in Australian times, let's do it.
Boom. There you have it.
Who wants to be up at 4 a.m. to drive the Skippy?
I'll tell you what, man. I'm up at 4 a.m. on occasion anyway, so I might take you up on that.
Let's do it. But look, it has been nice. I did get some new load cell pedals. I think that's really helped me
Okay, yeah.
to be a little bit more consistent. Because I'm just using a G29 Logitech, which is a great wheel. But yeah, just having the consistency of the brake has really helped.
It's interesting you say that, because that is the advice that.
Whoa, taking out those cones.
Here comes Rafa into the pits.
Yep, this will be interesting.
This is it. It's for all the marbles right here.
It'll be a pretty short fuel for everyone for this second stop. And looks like, yeah, it'll be close.
So Barry Stockdale also in. You can see here now Ray's rounding the corner.
It's gonna be
You can
close.
see any movement. Rafa.
All right, Rafa's out.
Boy.
He's going to set up, what, maybe 2 more laps?
Yep, I think so.
That's about right.
What-
1.7, but he's got the momentum, so that's gonna start ticking down a little bit. If he can keep, you said about 1.2, 1.3 ish.
Yeah, if you're lucky, if you can hold it, he might be able to hang on to it. Hang on to that
So
draft.
this uphill, this downhill is gonna.
Yeah, this is big. This next sequence by Ray, very important. If he gets a good run coming out of it's called. I don't know what this corner's called. It's tricky left-hander. The cutting. Tricky.
Now, all right. No pressure.
Yeah, the cutting is another one of these corners where you aim for the inside wall.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's tricky. Yeah, a lot of risk versus reward. Like if you want to push it, you can, but I think it's a little risky. Cutting it very close.
I have been struck after every time.
Say again, sorry?
Lap coming out at
Mm.
fueling is always slow and awful, and I don't know if it's just I don't have the right concentration or what.
Yeah, it's tricky when you're coming out of the pits. You feel like you've lost all that momentum. I don't know. It's tricky. Oh. Lock up for Ray.
Yeah.
1.5 seconds is the gap as they're down the straightaway here.
Rapper's in a good spot.
I wonder if Ray. It looks like he's locking up pretty consistently, right?
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know if that's. I'm glad you guys are seeing it too. I'm definitely it's modeling on my my sim, but hard to tell.
The battle for P9 is still hot and ready to go. Daniel Pogowski, Matthew Shepka. I think I said that right.
Yep.
They're doing great.
Yep. So they found each other again after the pit stops. So it's gonna be another great one. Everybody else is a bit spread out at the moment. So really, battle for the lead, battle for ninth. To be the races really watch here as we go past 34 minutes and 30 seconds, and the leaders just passed the line. So should be the last lap, yeah.
So.
Both feel able to maintain 1.5.
You know, we were talking for the last couple of weeks at the incredible improvement of Rusty Ponberg, and just I know we're kind of on the edge of our seats on the Rafa Ray battle for first, but Rusty, it's great to see him also in a podium spot right now, and pretty free and clear of Oliver.
I'll tell you what, he's clearly got the pace. I'm just looking once again at the pit stop data here. He was relatively quick when it came to the fuel that he took, on par at least with the other guys, but he was a solid 2 seconds plus slower than Rafa and Ray in pit time total. So that may be just another, something to work on there for Rusty, because I have no doubt that he'd be up there battling for it were it not for, a couple relatively slower pit stops or times
Right.
on pit road there.
Yep. I think it
Easy
just
for me
goes to
to
show
say.
that this league, I feel like as soon as you join Sunday Night Skippy, you're going to improve no matter what. I don't know why that is. It just is. It's just the way.
Oh, it's incredible. I've just learned so much.
And you've always got, I think what's so great is that you've always got someone to race with.
Mm-hmm.
And that's always fun. It's just great. Great level of competition, great sportsmanship. Most fun I've ever had on iRacing.
Well,
Yeah.
looks like Phil's gonna hang on.
Yeah, he's done great. Cool.
He's does look like Dan Pagowski did have to pit, but at any rate, there's Raphael Phil with the win. Ray Bartnikowski coming in second place after a great battle. Russ Sponberg's going to take home the final podium spot there in third. Barry Stockdale, very strong showing.
Super.
He's in fourth, although, yeah, okay, yeah, no, he's got a pretty good get back to Oliver there, okay. It looked a little closer there for a second, but Oliver will round out your top five. Rich Buller up 3 spots with a great showing tonight there in 6th place. Nick Tullo.
Oliver Harley. Whoop.
He looked a little worse for the wear, huh?
But P13 to P5. That's a. I think
Oh
that's
yeah,
right.
up 9
Yeah,
spots
that's
overall.
a
Yeah.
massive result. Good job.
Yeah, his car looked like it had seen
Worse
some
for wear.
stuff.
Yeah.
So I wonder, who knows what could have been. But there's Nick Tello coming across the line. Rob Chestnut, newcomer to the league, in 8th, up 4 spots. So really great introduction there for from 12 car. And Matt Shepka in 9th, looks like. Just behind him, Charles Weber will round out your top 10. Jake Ashe is going to come home P11. It does look like Dan Pagowski did have to end up pinning that second time. I think he was on that longer fuel strategy. So that battle between he and Shepka, that never ended up being so, just because of that. But either way, good run by all these guys tonight. A lot of fun to watch. And hopefully you guys pick some stuff up there for your race, because you both are racing here in just a few minutes, yeah?
Oh my god. Yeah. What's the time? Oh no.
It's time
10
to go.
minutes.
And we do know we value your time. We really appreciate you guys coming out and spending the evening with us. Good luck. Any final any final thoughts before we let you go?
Well,
Yeah.
I'm,
You go, Peter. Yep. Sorry.
I love this track, but I'm more terrified than ever. You know, you just see just how easy it is to make a mistake. So hopefully, I can keep it clean.
Yeah, I second that. Tricky track. Should be a lot of fun. That was a great race. Thanks for having me, Chris. Really appreciate it.
No,
Sorry,
thank
I'm
you.
not as Australian as I could be.
No, man, we really appreciate it. And it doesn't have to be Bathurst or Phillip Island or any of that. You can come out anytime. Really, it was a lot of fun. And at any rate, we appreciate your perspective. And I hate to embarrass you, but expertise. And same with you, Peter. Good luck in the next race. We'll let you go. I know time is of the essence. We will go to a quick intermission and we'll put up the timer. So everybody stay tuned. We'll be back with Skippy Formula 1 here before you know it. Good luck, guys.
Yep. Cheers.
Great. Thanks.
Welcome back, everybody, to Skippy Formula One. Here we've got Mount Panorama Circuit back in the mix with a nice toasty day around the 3.82 mile scenic track. We'll put it that way. This, if anything, that the Skippy Formula 2 race taught us is that this is going to be a great race, especially we have well over, let's see, 44 drivers who are trying to set qualifying times right now. So that is going to make things even more interesting. I think even the last season. Maybe joining me in the booth here, Jeffrey Decker.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Hey, what's up?
I got disqualified from qualifying because I spun in the final corner, and yeah, the flag got cleared too late, so no qualifying.
Oh, interesting. All right, so but you'll be still racing. You're just gonna join us here for the talk a little bit about the track.
I figured if I was sitting here doing nothing, I might as well pop in.
That's awesome. All right. Well, we really appreciate it. Actually, let's do that. Let's take full advantage of the time that you got here because we're running out a little bit of time here. Talk to us about what the track looks like.
Track looking felt good, maybe a little slick. I didn't get a proper lap in, so I can't say for sure. But it seems like the temperature's coming down, so it should be good racing. I expect pretty comfortable 32s with laps dipping down into the 31s once things start kind of warming up.
Interesting. Well, we've got Edwin Viorino currently on the pole. If you're DQ'd, you're going to be starting back in what, 44th or something like that. What's your plan then for going into the race?
Just to try to get through as much traffic as early as possible and as safely as possible. Yeah, I mean, I put myself in a tough spot there, just pushing a little bit too much in the last corner. So yeah, all on me. But I guess it makes it exciting at the very least.
That is absolutely, yeah, can't argue with that. Well, looks like you might be going into the team meeting here. Thank you very much for popping by. Sorry that the poster curse, like you said, appeared to be real, but we wish you the best of luck. Do not count your chickens before they hatch, man. Crazier things have happened. Looking forward to seeing what you can do tonight.
Well, cheers, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, good luck with the broadcast. I look forward to talking to you afterwards.
Awesome. We'll see you then. All right, it's Jeffrey Decker here joining us in the booth. Nice little surprise there. I didn't know what the heck was going on, but let's take a look. Ladies and gentlemen, Edwin Viorino getting the pole. No shockers there, but look who's joining him on the front row. Lauren Avery, a name we have not called on the front row before. So congratulations to Lauren Avery on a heck of a lap. And Mike Bowers in third, also not a shocker. No offense, Mike, but yep, there you go. Joshua Fitz-Johnson, our own guest commentator from the Skippy Formula 2 race, will be starting right behind Lauren Avery. So congratulations to those guys. I'm going to scroll through the rest of them here while I try to set some last minute stuff up and hope that Pete did this eventually, because nobody's going to want to hear me talk the rest of the time by myself. Anyway, let's see. Maybe we can listen in. Okay. Well, we'll just scroll through. As we saw from the Skippy Formula 2 race, draft is going to play a big part of what drivers are able to do. So maintaining contact with other cars and being in that draft, I think, is going to go a long way now. That being said, there are some drivers in this field who are just that darn good, and to which that doesn't necessarily apply. So, it is what it is. But I think for the most part, you're going to see a lot of basically, cooperation, some packs forming, and they're going to work together to get toward the end. And then at some point, depending on when they decide that's going to be, gloves are going to come off, elbows go out, and they're going to be fighting for those positions. I think after the second pit stop is when you're going to really see, all bets are off at that point. So you may see some unlikely alliances form prior to that, and people working together to try to get to be in a good position in the end for a great finishing position. So as you can see, we've got quite the field here. It was, you know, it's a tight course for just the 12 to 14 drivers that we saw in Skippy Formula 2. And we're adding quite a few more drivers to that list here. Jason Bice, I do not believe is driving tonight, so there may be actually just 43 drivers on the list there. You saw, or we just talked to Jeffrey Decker, who will be starting 38th overall. Peter Lee, also our guest commentator, will be starting back there with him. Very fast driver in his own right. So this is going to be a very interesting. A lot of storylines going to be unfolding. Hopefully, we can cover them all. Got Team Dancy checking in. Thanks for joining us, Allison. And we are looking forward to seeing. Looking. Oh, Joshua Dancy there, 11th. There we go. So pretty good starting position. I think that that's going to put him right in the mix there, especially when you look at the drivers that are ahead of him. I think that group is going to stay together for quite a bit, barring any contact going down the hill there. But that's going to be a good group to be a part of, and we'll see how it goes. We do have some of the Skippy. Keep your eyes on the Skippy Formula 2 drivers that we were talking to and watching in the first race, and we do have some newcomers to the league who we will get to and discuss for too long here. And actually some returning folks too. Very good. All right. Well, that is hopefully going to be about the end of it. Big things that we saw. Once again, the draft is going to be huge. The pit entry. So I do believe this is a 2-stop race. And if you were riding along in Skip Formula 2, you saw what a I don't want to call it a mess, but there's it's a skill in and of itself to get onto pit road as quickly as possible, because there's twists, turns, chicanes, all that sort of stuff, and they're gonna have to navigate that twice on this race, if I'm not mistaken. So pit strategy, maintaining a draft with each other, and that's all going to be very important. And looks like we got Team Bell in the house as well. Scott Bell, I believe I saw him had a pretty good starting position, if I'm not mistaken. Where was he? Down at the... Yeah, no, he was down at the bottom. Did he even... I don't know if he said a time, but he's going to be in good company there with Jeffrey Decker, Peter Lee, Jake Ashe, Rafael Bofill. Like, there's all the guys back there who are going to be starting to... it's just so... The talent throughout the field is crazy. Hopefully they can work their way back up through. And thanks for that. Yeah, and actually, let me see... Oh, we have a little bit. Oh, no, it looks like everybody's going to be. So let's. Mercifully, the drivers' meeting has come to an end. As we watch the drivers. Look like we're going to have 43 drivers take the grid tonight. Overall, Edwin Viorino is going to lead them down into turn 1. Last of the competitors getting in their car. That is a terrible blimp view. I decided on that one, but here we go. Lights are on, lights are out, and they're away. Edwin and Lorne going to take them down into turn 1, and let's see what these guys have in store for us this evening. We're making it through turn 1 relatively cleanly. It does look like Peter Lee already off the track. Dan Pagaski jumping to the pits as well. Those two may have had some contact there. I can check that. Charles Weber, Thor Tullo again reports they have crashed. A little further back in the pack there. Charles Weber jumping back to the pits, getting that tow. Some early incidents for about 3 drivers so far. Will McMurphy checking in. Jonathan Dockery. Hey, how's it going, fellas? Long time no see. Peter Nodwell off. Oh boy. Not sure what happened there, but you can see the leaders at least getting their Oh, Michael McLeod gonna be towing back to the pits here too. Gonna be the first one that I'm actually showing something here for, so let's see if we can't go back and see that replay. What may have happened. And looks like he's able to maintain out and hold on to those brakes. Really good job of doing that. All right, Edwin's gonna lead him down for the first lap. Let's take a look at our race information for today. You can see all 40 plus drivers still relatively tightly packed. Hard to make out who anybody is on the track map, which is a indication that all these drivers are still relatively well bunched up. Oh, but we do have Aaron Law off. Sammy Bridges. Jeffrey Decker went off the track as well. Oh boy. We're gonna have to go back and check out what happened there. Looks Jeffrey Decker. Oh, just cooking it a little too much. Okay, so that wasn't too bad. Let's see. That was Sammy. Yeah, something was going on there. He must have had some contact prior to that, because like he's dragging equipment behind him. Here is Aaron Law from earlier in that 901 car. Keep your eyes out. Yeah, just cold tires. A lot of guys just on cold tires and locking it up, thankfully, keeping it out everybody's way. So no real big incidents. I mean, obviously we didn't get to see all of them. We had some guys jump into the pits, so I don't want to downgrade any of their incidents if they were pretty bad early on, but looks like just a lot of drivers losing it just ever so slightly early on, and no huge yard sales thus far. And to be honest with you, these gaps that all the drivers have here are a little bit larger than I had anticipated, although a little further back we've got some really good side-by-side, it's more side-by-side battles going on. Here is Carl Dronke looking ahead at Gherkin Demir, Air Hoops, and Steve Dewar. So I wouldn't necessarily say that they're spread out per se, but they certainly seem to be giving themselves a healthy level of respect. A little further back here, Andrew Cole going to be going side by side with the 93 of Brian Perez. Ooh, that is a tough maneuver. Let's see if they can hold on to it through the final turn. I think Brian's going to lay off just a touch and let Andrew Cole slide on by. That may let Jeff Torbeck actually. Oh no, he's going to just look at that number 13 car, Jeffrey Decker, that we were talking to earlier, working his way up. 12 spots so far early in the race. Still trying to go a little bit further, a little further up the track here. We've got Jack Moffat looking ahead, and that's actually, I was looking up here at Jeremy Grinder. Oh, man, who was that? Justin. That was Dancy. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, Team Dancy checking in here. He's up, or I'm sorry, down 3 spots at the moment, but good competition, so no surprises there with this pack of drivers, and actually it looks like he's just going to slot in there behind Jack, Justin, and Jeremy and enjoy a little bit of fuel savings for the time being. Thomas Fodos and Brian Perez. Brian Perez in a lot of early lap battles here, and himself entrenched, battling for E24. Check back in with Edwin Viorino, your leader right now, trying to gain some of those bonus points for leading laps. Lauren Avery, very comfortable there in 2nd position. Mike Bowers in 3rd. Joshua Fitz-Johnson, who had joined us on the... what we got? What do we got? Oh, no, Rusty Ponberg, who had such a strong Skippy Formula 2 race. Let's see if we can pinpoint what happened to him here. Oh boy, yeah, just maybe a little smartly keeps it out of traffic and just takes the tow. That's some good sportsmanship right there. Lauren Avery, now your race leader as we go. Nope, that was from earlier. Yeah, Lauren Avery, your race leader. Look at that. I do believe Lauren Avery with his first SNS lap led. Congrats to him. What a great showing for the 452 tonight. And you can see that front pack, though, all the way back to about Adam Wright in 6th. Really starting to bunch back up. And they've got some good battling going on just behind them. Gurkin Demir's leading a train of 4 cars. Or more, I guess. I guess we'll count Steve Dewar as the last one in that pack. Still just a touch of a gap back there to Justin Romello. Jeremy there, but Scott Bell up 13 spots. I know we got Team Bell announced tonight, so we'll check in with him real quick. 13 spots up. Staring down Brian Perez, trying to work his way back up to the front of the pack, just kind of leapfrogging his way and taking his time. Oop. I saw Jason Bice talking, but all right. So once again, Lauren Avery. You can see a little further back here, though. Eric Lamoureux and Joshua Fitz-Johnson. All right, looks like they're going to settle it out. Edwin Viorino wanting those points, so he's going to use that draft to take back over the top spot as Mike Bowers continues just to look on from that 3rd position. And the rest of the guys, Andrew Cole and Sean Tradiak, also having some fun with the draft there. You see Jason Berkheimer just behind them. Edwin Viorino into the pits. This is going to be the first stop of the race, at least for a from a fuel pit stop strategy perspective. So there you go. Edwin Viorino is going to give up the bonus point there and release the lap toward the bonus point. Coming to the pits. And the game is afoot. Lauren Avery, Mike Bowers now. Mike Bowers looking to the outside of Lauren Avery as they go up the hill. Eric Lamoureux working his way into third now. Joshua Fitz-Johnson in fourth, Adam Wright in fifth, a little further back by about 2 seconds. Carl Dronke's leading, Gherkin Demir, J.R. Hoops, Justin Rebello, Steve Dewar, and Jack Moffitt. Joshua Dancy down 1 spot total right now, sitting in 12th spot. Decker, last season's winner, up 20 spots, but still P18, doing what he can to get back up there to the lead after being disqualified in qualifying, starting from the back of the pack. But nonetheless, a great run for him at the moment. Let's not forget the guy in front of him who's he's trying to get past Jeff Torbeck, up 10 spots right now, also having a great run himself, currently in 17th. We got Carl swinging it a little bit out wide there. Not sure what precipitated that, but Steve Dewar's going to slide in behind. Looks like he's going to lose about 3 spots there in that complex of turns. And we'll see if there's any takers. Pit road, this is your leader, Mike Bowers. All right, split decision here. Mike Bowers, Lauren Avery in, Eric Lamoureux, Joshua Fitz-Johnson out, as is Adam Wright. You can see along the bottom there and the timing tower who has decided to pit, who has not, and got a lot of different strategies playing out now. If you remember Edwin Bairino, your first hitter. So he's currently sitting P26, 28 seconds back from this lead pack. And holy cow, we've got some racing going on back here. Carl Dronke looking to the inside. Are they going to make a 3 wide? Nope. That 10 car of J.R. Hoops is going to slot right in behind Justin Rebello as they work their way up the hill. These guys using every inch of the track. And further back here, I don't want to leave out this battle for 30th spot. Darren Chernick, who has raced with us in the past, a recent rejoin, up 11 spots now. He and Dan Pegowski were having a fantastic battle there. The 2 fellow Canadians going head to head. Sammy Bridges, who was involved in early, we never saw exactly what happened to Sammy, so I can't really speak to it, but involved in an early incident nonetheless, had to make his way down pit road, and still, although still up 1 spot on the evening, so I guess it didn't hurt him too bad, although I'm sure he wishes he was up just a little bit more. Joshua Fitz-Johnson is into pit road. That's going to leave Eric Lamoureux and Adam Wright as the sole drivers of that original 5 to not pit yet. Edwin Viorino's gap is now 27.4 seconds, which is coming down. That's about 0.6, 0.8 seconds, I think, ish. Less than the last time we checked in. So, and you can see here, obviously, there's a lot more takers down pit road in that second group as well. We'll bring up the pit lap so you can see who's been down pit road and on what lap they were down there. Obviously, Edwin, the earliest on lap 4, and the rest as indicated. Peter getting kicked out at the top of the mountain. Did you not pay your bill? Up. Ray Bartnikowski and Scott Bell having a good go at it here as they begin their long climb up the hill. Ray had a great SF2 race. Scott Bell, though, up 15 spots now. That's cool, and not cool indeed. We wish you would have not got kicked at the end of the day. Love seeing you out there on the track. Sorry that happened, man, but if you want, you can join me in the broadcast booth. Come in the Discord. A little further up here, Carl Dronke and Justin Rebello. This is the battle for third. These guys have not pit. Neither have first two drivers of Eric Lamoureux and Adam Wright. Although it looks like you can see there in the distance, they are going to come down pit road. Let's see if Carl and Justin will follow suit. Kyle Reed now also. All right, that leaves Seth Manheimer. Manheimer Steamroller coming down pit road, as will Jeff Torbeck, Oliver Hartley, Jason Berkheimer, and the rest of the crew. Adam Cole there. Lauren Avery. Will be your leader after all the pit stops cycle through. Lauren Avery, Mike Bowers, your first pit stopper. Edwin Viorino is in third. Joshua Fidge Johnson in fourth. Interesting. All right. That is interesting. Let's see if we can glean anything from the pit lane times. Where people may have gained or lost. So, Edwin, your first stopper was 48.7 seconds. Oh, as Mike Bowers takes the lead here. Momentarily, we'll see. And they're all relatively close, within a second of each other. Obviously, Lauren and Edwin at the exact same time. Joshua Fitz Johnson and Eric Lamoureux, Adam Wright a little bit longer than that, in the 50s, low 50s. Gurkin Demir obviously just absolutely smoking it. We'll see. He's going to have to stop earlier than most to get fuel for the end of the race there at 45.9 seconds. And everybody else really in the high 48 or high 40s, low 50s. So interesting. Mike Bowers, your leader. Lauren Avery in second. Edwin Viorino back 1.6 seconds. And if sorry, just reading the comments here. Aaron McGrandon's out. Internet's done. Yeah, you're not well. Good to have. Yes, good. It's good to be back. Kind of. Ay. I don't think I gave you the curse. If you guys want to seriously, if you guys want to jump in the old broadcast booth here, come on in Discord. We'll get you set up. All right, so Lauren Avery now using the draft takes over. Carl Dronke has the purple lap of the evening at the moment. The 2:30.96. Yeah, I get it, Jeremy. You don't want to stream angry. And they're done that. Oh yeah. All right, so Lauren Avery, Mike Bowers, Joshua Fitzjohnson. Now they have actually put a look. No, they're gaining. I think it was 1.6 last time we checked on this. But again, if they were to be believed, 1.2, 1.3 seconds is the extent of that draft. But Mike Bowers and Lauren Avery kind of trading barbs, doing the whole jab thing. Edwin and Bridge doing what they can to make contact once again with that lead pack. Eric Lamoureux, Adam Wright just behind them. Actually, Adam Wright, Gurk, and Demir. I'd say just behind them. I don't think any of these drivers are necessarily out of it. We do have good racing going on a little further back. That's JR Hoops actually out in front with Beck Moffitt, Steve Dewar, and Joshua Dancy. Fantastic group of drivers. Max Giacomo and Kyle Reed putting on a clinic. Up 4 and 1 spots respectively. These guys going toe to toe here for 14th. As Max really, I mean, look at that. He is really exploring the space there. Holy cow. Hey. And Jeffrey Decker up 22 spots. So last season's winner really putting a dent in his starting position. He is 16th, and I think he's hungry for more. See what he can do about it. Thomas Fotos is leading a group of 4. Ray Bartkowski, Jason Berkheimer, and Andrew Cole. Although Ray says, I want to lead this pack. And these guys are really exploring everything. the entirety of the track. Ray is slow. Looks like he's may have gotten an off-track speeding penalty, maybe. Always tough to tell. I wish we really had the pit lane reporters here to give us a better indication of what's going on. Peter Nodwell, you're joining us. Hey there.
Yeah. Hey.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, I guess.
Well, okay, yeah, that may have been a that's more of a rhetorical question, I guess.
Yeah, I guess it happens, but yeah, I was sitting there at the top of the hill, feeling good, getting ready to not crash on the way down, and yeah, free screen. So, anyway.
Well, you know, boy, I don't know, I don't even know how to say this. Your loss is our gain, I guess, because we're happy. Thank you for joining us up here. I'm sure people get sick and tired of hearing my voice, and on it, you know, all jokes aside, it's really nice to have that first person, you know, perspective and what it's like and what might be going through these drivers' minds. Because let's face it, I do not have that at the moment. So,
Yeah. Yeah, it's so much fun on this track. I think it's you have this like anticipation of the going up the mountain, and then the anticipation of going down the mountain, and then you get a little bit of a relaxing breather going down, but then the draft will catch you going into that bottom corner, and you're going faster than you ever thought possible in a skippy, and you got to remind yourself to like okay, you can't brake that late, and so trying not to run off after getting caught in that draft, especially when there's 3, it's pretty awesome. But anyway, it's just a super fun track, and there's lots to it.
Yeah, the so an unfortunate end to your night, but yeah, that's actually a really great point. You know, going down that hill with the draft, you're really pushing the limit of what this can do, and you do not have those IndyCar or F1 brakes. They're not that stout, so you really got to kind of adjust your line, your thought process, and we can see here actually now Edwin Virino and Joshua Fitz-Johnson have, for all intents and purposes, caught that front group of Mike Bowers and Lauren Avery. I'll tell you what, man, Lauren Avery running P2, leading laps tonight. Great to see it.
Yeah, Lauren and I had an awesome race going on at Imola too. He was up there with us, and then going into the first pit stop, we kind of all got concertinaed up, and I think Eric kind of got in the back of into Lauren, and he ended up getting a speeding penalty. So super bummer, because we were up for a good fight.
I know he's a fierce competitor and a really good driver. So it's great to see him getting the time there at the top of the timing tower. Not that he isn't like up there, but this is like up there in laps.
Yep. Yeah, Josh has been like super fast lately too. So everybody seems to be stepping up, which is it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, I see some drivers here. You know, I would say maybe mid-pack, lower mid-pack, where I'm just like, holy cow, you know, dominant drivers, and I think that just speaks to the level of competition. Everybody's really stepping it up lately, and has been, I think, over the past season or two. So, I love the parody. Everybody loves the parody. It's somebody just spoke. Man, that smoke model. Oh no, somebody is missing a tire. Who is that? Nope, tire's back on. Okay, so that was just, sorry. I think that may have been Joshua Fitz-Johnson. Looks like
I just saw it.
Yeah, I think we just had a little bit of internet disagreement on what was going on with his car there, but
yeah, there was some chat on Discord where I guess that happened a couple times in the last corner on the mountain, and somebody's wheel popped off and like took out the 2 guys behind.
Oof.
But then the guy's wheel popped back on.
Oh, so it actually was an actual object in the environment for 30 seconds, and not anymore. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh, Mike Bowers getting left out there. Everybody ducking in. Lauren Avery, Edwin Virino, and Joshua Fitz-Johnson will take their second chicane there into the pit stop. That's going to leave Mike out on his own by at least 2 seconds.
Yeah, Mike and Chris got into it early on in the race in Imola as well, and unfortunately they both got taken out too. So it's great to see Mike up there, because he's been super fast. He was super fast at what was the track before Imola, Oran Park.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, agreed. He's shown a lot of speed, a lot of pace. Not that he hasn't before that, but he's definitely one of the drivers whose stock is rising for sure. And barring some incidents there, I think his results basically are not reflective of the speed that he's shown as of late. So.
Yeah, and he's awesome to race too, because he's not going to do the fuel save thing, or the back and forth. He's just going to go for it like like it's a sprint race every time, which makes it you know what to expect. And then you got I think somebody referred to Eric as Teflon a couple times, because Lamoureux's just sort of cruising along, and he's always up there, super fast, amazing pace in all the pubs, and then he'll be there at the end for sure.
Steve Dewar, also another driver whose stock is rising, started 7th, currently 7th, passing Jack Moffitt. Jack Moffitt looks like he may have kissed the wall there, lost a little bit of speed. That's going to back up Joshua Dancy, Jeffrey Decker, Kyle Reed, and Max Giacomo just a touch. But yeah, Steve leading that pack, trying to make contact with JR Hoops, and reel in that P6 position. And actually,
So funny watching him. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I'm gonna bring up real quick the number of pit stops so people can see who has made their second and who hasn't. Sorry, go ahead.
They just look so smooth going down the mountain section, but when you're in the cockpit and you just feel that like the walls are inches apart, inches away from your wheel and wing, and you're getting light going down the hill, it doesn't show as scary as it is.
Right. That is fair. While Eric Lamoureux now is going to take the race lead with Adam Wright just behind him, like literally just behind him. So these two drivers still have yet to make their second pit stop, but you can see everybody else except for Kyle Reed, who's 12 seconds back, going to be making that decision to get that splash of fuel. Hopefully deselected their tires on the options in the black box there, and man, the timing tower just kind of freaking out as the pit stops are going to start to cycle, and we're going to get a real good sense of what the fight for the finish is going to look like here in the next lap or two.
Yeah, I think you're going to see amazing drive by Decker getting up there. You'd see him coming in the pits, and he's going to maintain that with that group, and he's going to have that draft. It's so critical here. It makes it's almost like a 2-second difference when you got a good drafting group.
That's what we were talking about in the Skippy Formula 2 race, where I had made the hypothesis that maybe hitting early without a group could be good because you have less chance of incidents or kind of separate yourself. But I think what we've seen is the ability to draft and leapfrog and fuel save and all that is just, I think, just vastly superior. But yeah, just obviously an observer. I don't know if that's necessarily true, but it seems to be the case.
Yeah, Adam's right up there, and I think Kyle, he started just behind me around P16, so he's flying too. Oh, he's only got one stop.
So as things cycle through here, Lauren Avery is out front of the two stoppers with Joshua Fitzjohnson, Mike Bowers, Edwin Viorino, all in the same group. So this is going to be your battle for the lead. We've got still Eric Lamoureux, Adam Wright, Kyle Reed, Jeff Torbeck out in front of them, obviously, but that's going to have to cycle through once they make their pit stops. This lap or the next, but look at that. Thomas Photos, by the way, 18 spots that he's gained. So he still has to pit. Okay, that's it's like, holy cow. I don't know how I was sleeping on Thomas Photos there, but he will have to pit one more time. But the driver who he's drafting right now, Gurkan Demir, will not.
Yeah, he's flying too. So there's lots of, and this is not an easy track. So guys that are up there are certainly earning it from they must have put in some good practice time, because every little mistake, especially exiting on some of those corners before the long straights, if you don't nail those corners, it's death.
I'll tell you what, you're talking about how crazy of a ride it is. Let's ride along with Edwin Viorino on the back of this. What might end up being the lead pack, we'll see what Eric Lamoureux and Adam Wright are able to do on their second pit stop, but let's just ride along on this uphill from one of the faster drivers' point of view. And we did this for the Formula 2 race as well. You can just get a sense of how skinny it is. Like the walls, I think it's just the walls give it just that claustrophobic feel.
Yeah, they get narrower as there's more cars around you too.
Imagine going side by side. There's just no way.
No.
And then you'll get the.
And I don't think most of the guys won't even try that. So it's great racing with these guys because they know, like, all through the section, there's just absolutely no point. And the draft here is so much stronger right at this point than then you realize, well, so you're already like, I bet you, like Edwin's like half throttle right now, because there's just no point in riding right up on Mike going into this, because if you get a little bobble and you pile into each other, then there's no point. So kind of what Jason was saying in the briefing, you just don't need to be within 2/10, especially in here, because it just allows for zero margin for error. But I bet you he'll get by Mike going down here, because Mike's got a bit too much of a gap on the next guy.
And you can get a sense of just the up and the down, and these guys are really just kind of trying that buck and bronco, especially through the downhill section there. It's quite a feat every single race, or every single lap to be able to do that, where you're going past 36 minutes, 30 seconds in our 45-minute race. It looks like most everybody has cycled through. You've got Adam Wright and Eric Lamro in the pit. Adam's off. Here's Lauren Avery coming past the start-finish line. This is going to be the race for the lead. And they will have the momentum there, Lauren and company, but it does look like they're all going to cycle through together. So this has suddenly become we're looking at a three-way battle for the lead, but
Yeah, super fast pit stops for Eric and Adam.
I got to imagine these guys are going to be able to organize and work their way back up. Although, yeah, I think the gaps there will allow for that if they can maintain those gaps until they get to the backstretch there. They should find themselves once again. So, 6 cars. Oh wait, yeah. Holy cow! 6 cars. Sorry. 6 cars will be battling for the win, assuming Gurkin Demir can't catch up, but that's a solid now 3 seconds back to P7, another 2 seconds back to Justin Ribello in P8, who's up 5 spots. Carl Dronke is having some fun with JR Hoops. These guys are... Or no, wait, that's Justin Ribello. There we go. These 2 guys are in a battle for 8th, and then JR Hoops about 5 seconds back. There we go. Now we're tracking. And just keep your eyes on the rest of the timing tower. Jeff Torbeck is having Sean Trediak lead him down the hill as they look for 18th position. Instead of pit stops now that we have all cycled through, let's look at our gains so you can see our biggest movers and shakers of the evening. Obviously, what sticks out to me, Jeffrey Decker, they're up 24 spots. Scott Bell up 22. Aaron Chernick up 18. Same with Pim Luth. So we've got some really good races, even though I'm sure they were just wish they were a little further up the timing tower. That's still nothing to... That's a lot of spots to gain in a race with 2 pit stops. It's such a challenging track.
And no incidents to bunch everybody up.
100%. You can see the gap all the way back there as Carl and Justin Ribello come across the turn. But as we predicted, Adam right now has company. He had a little bit just shy of a second gap, but that's just not going to be enough to make it work. Lauren and Adam going side by side up the hill. That's not going to, as we talked about earlier, this is not going to last for long. They're going to have to file in single file or not. Adam wants it.
Wow. Good for him.
All right, so we've talked about this before. I don't think it's any surprise that being in first place is probably not the absolute best place to be going to the finish here because of the drafts. These guys capable of passing unless you're willing to throw. Oh, Edwin's going to contact the wall.
Oh,
not too bad though.
Oh, there you go. The next one too.
Woo! All right, so yeah, so what? We're coming down here now past 41 minutes. Only 4 minutes remaining. We're doing 2-minute and 30-second laps. So 2 more laps. Oh, yeah, am I doing that math right? Yeah, 2 more laps. So looks like Adam's gonna shuffle in behind Lauren. I think he's probably pretty happy with that decision. I don't think he's, he was battling hard to maintain the lead up the hill there, but I got to imagine that that's the place you want to be coming to the end of the race.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Edwin picked up any significant damage because he's still hanging on there.
He is rolling.
I think if Adam can hold on to this third spot coming down, he'll be in a pretty good spot. But I don't think they took the white flag, did they?
No, I gotta, because I'm sorry. I've had I will say I slept pretty good last night, but overall, much less sleep on average than I've been used to getting. So my public math skills are not what they have been in the past.
You can use that. You can use that.
But I do think we're gonna have one more lap. Although, what is going on here? Because now it looks like
Adam's holding them all up.
Yeah, there is something going on here. Lauren and Edwin just kind of pulling away in the world. I don't know. I looked away from the screen, so I don't know if maybe something happened.
No, I didn't see anything. Now he's at 2.5, so he's lost that draft. That's no good.
Interesting. Okay. Well, we'll keep our eye on that. There's some good battles happening throughout the field here, by the way. I don't want to lose too much track of the lead because this is going to be a great finish, as they're probably going to take the white flag this time. But let's check out Andrew Cole. This is Sammy Bridges, or I'm sorry, Jake. Gosh, it's our Jake Ashe, Thor Tolo, Michael McLeod, all back here, and these guys have found themselves with, like we said, 1 lap to go, or going to be. And although it's the battle for 25th, Jake Ashe up 10 spots. Definitely the rebound performance that he needed after a very unfortunate skip of Formula 2 race. A little further up, Seth Manheimer and Oliver Hartley. These guys locked in a real dogfight there for 19th.
Looks like Eric got by Adam.
All right, so this clearly will be the final lap. We've removed all doubt from that. Adam looks like he's working his way back up, although Edwin is going to be in the lead. Lauren Avery in second, Eric Lamoureux third, Adam Wright fourth, and they have gapped Joshua Fitz-Johnson by 1.3 seconds, so he's hanging on for dear life. He's going to need to make up just a little bit more time than that.
Somehow Eric made up a second gap on that last
Yeah,
third of the lap.
he got by Adam and he was gone. Shot out of a rocket,
Yeah.
so he's clearly got the pace here. And it's looking more and more like this is going to be a three-way battle for ultimate glory.
Third's not a bad spot to be in right now.
All right, here we go. This is it. 0.7 seconds back is the gap from Edwin Villarino. Trying to break that draft. Looks like he's going to be able to maintain. But Eric Lamoureux will make a move to the inside of Lauren for second place. Oh, he kind of stalled. I thought, oh boy. Things are going to get spicy. Yo!
Wow, great job by Lauren holding that.
Looks
that
like
outside.
Edwin is, barring anything crazy, Lauren is going to be able to hold off Eric, and Eric's going to be able to hold off Adam there for the... Woo! Boy, that was close there at the end.
Yeah.
A lot of close finishes here. Holy cow. We got...
Is Edwin running out of gas? No, it's over.
This is Jack Moffitt and Max DiGiacomo fighting for the... Hold on to it, Jack. And Sean Trediak. Jeff Torbeck. We got another one here. Tim Luth. Ray Bartnikowski. Ray looking to the outside coming down the hill. Oh, I don't know what happened there to my... Oh, they... okay. Your race is done. That makes sense. Well... Looks like some people are still racing. I don't know what's going on there. Or maybe they're just having their cooldown lap. Well, at any rate, let's see who has yet to finish here. Aaron Law coming down. He's going to finish 24th overall. Dan Pagowski in 25th. And Thomas Fotos in 26th. And it looks like I missed it. A couple things here, so I do apologize for that. Boy, I'm way off my game. I do apologize. We've got...
I'd love to be helped, but
I know.
I got no
well,
game either.
Steve Dewar, he talked about what a great run he had, and then I got indication that he had crashed. I'm trying to figure out...
Must have been a while back.
Where
Well, lots of names up there for sure.
Ooh. Ooh. Well, darn it.
Oh, yeah.
Hate that for him. Let's see, Andrew Cole also before the checkered flag here. Slow. Maybe he ran out of fuel. Yeah, it looks like he just got slow and stopped.
Gherkin is saying on the chat that his cat decided to turn off his power supply.
Oh, like you do.
That's a new one. Yeah. So, sorry about your homework.
Oh boy. All right. Well, anyway, I'll stop trying to be a let's see. Here's your race results, Edwin Viorino. Congratulations. So lost in all of that. Us trying to find the replays of what the heck happened there at the end. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of storylines that play out throughout the week on that. Sorry that we weren't able to capture all of them, but congratulations to Edwin Viorino on the win. Yet another win. Lauren Avery finishing second place, where he started. Great to see. It's got to be his highest finish here in Sunday Night Skippy. So congratulations to Lauren Avery, Eric Lamoureux, rounding out your podium, and well earned there. It looks like he had a lot of pace tonight. And we will continue to scroll through the rest of the results here as we see who may or may not want to talk to us. So anything that jumped out at you there on the race?
Pretty amazing that Decker made it into the top 10 from his position. So good for him.
Good
I think it's just
catch.
great to see the more mix of names. I think that's the best part of this league, as you start to see more and more mix of names up at the top and battling throughout the race. So it was great, and it looked like for the most part it was certainly a pretty clean race. Again, going back to, didn't see any nose to tail contact and didn't see any pit entry issues. So that maybe we just didn't see them, but looking from the incidents, it didn't seem like that happened. So that's pretty awesome. So good on everybody.
Absolutely. The obviously you mentioned Jeffrey Decker. He is our highest climber of the race, up to P10, up 28 spots total. Scott Bell, a close second, up 23 spots into 16th position. Actually, take that back. Pim Luth up 24 spots into 21st. So looks like he's going to take that second place hard charger award there. And just, yeah, some really great results for everybody. We do have Joshua Fidge Johnson, who now a broadcast veteran, and ended up down one spot total, but the top 5. And I'll tell you what, man, we were pulling for you. I thought you might have a chance there at the end, but talk us through the race.
Man, what a race, hey?
Yeah.
Pretty disappointed in P5, which it might sound a bit salty, but like I shouldn't be disappointed in that.
Yeah,
but, man, what a race!
I too get disappointed with greatness, but whatever, it's fine.
It could have from that one position to 6, it could have been anyone's race, and I just wanted to put myself in the best position, but yeah, I don't know. I tried. I think there was one issue. I came out in the pits and I had a really good gap to Edwin, but I think I was stuck behind some traffic, so I couldn't quite pull away. And I think Lorne Avery pulled up behind me, and I was like, oh man, but what a race!
Absolutely, man. Well, did it play out how you had figured it? Did any of those lessons from the Skippy Formula 2 race translate, or did you feel pretty confident going into it?
Oh yeah, when I tried to find like a pit buddy, if the person in front of me pitted, I was like, yep, I'm in. That's kind of what I was waiting for. Didn't want to go out on my own. But yeah, it was just crazy. Super close racing. Adam and I had a good little fight in the second to last lap. We went side by side for a little bit, and then Eric and myself went side by side, kind of going up the mountain. That was fun.
Yeah, I think it's a great course to watch a race at, and I just encourage anybody. I know we got friends and family to watch who don't necessarily do iRacing, but if you can get your hands on the rig of your favorite SNS driver, ask him to go on Bathurst and just get a sense for it. It's just a lot it's just great. I mean, you guys make it look so easy, but it really isn't. And yeah, so hats off to you guys. It was a lot of fun. You guys put on a heck of a show. And I don't doubt that you're disappointed with the top 5, but at the end of the day, that's a hell of a finish.
It's great. Yeah, I shouldn't be too disappointed, but
yeah, but when like I said, we saw you up there, and you clearly had a really fast car tonight, and it seems like you had it underneath you. But you know what? That's you're racing against some really fast people too. So
that's it. Yeah. Well, yeah. What's up with the guys at the front? They didn't crash in the last lap. Unbelievable.
I don't know. You would 100% expect it. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
man.
100%. I was it was so fighty, and I was like, surely, but no, they kept
No.
it clean.
No.
Bastards. Excuse me. How could they? Bloody drongos.
Oh man, I love it. Well, hey, thanks a lot for joining us in the earlier broadcast. Congratulations on a great race.
Thank
Anybody you
you.
want to give a shout out to before I let you go?
Shout out to you guys. Love watching the broadcast. Shout out to Jeffrey Decker. Shout out to Sassy McSassy Pants. Those guys kind of introduced me to the league, so I'm glad that they did. Shout out to the Skippy community as well, of course. It's great.
Man, that's awesome. We're glad to have you. You're an awesome addition to the league and the community. So rest well, and we will see you around shortly.
No worries. Wait, what happened to you, Peter?
I didn't pay my bill. I don't know.
Oh,
Top of
Oh.
the mountain, it's froze up. First time it's done that, and I don't know if it's ever done that. But anyway, yeah,
oh,
it
bad
was
luck. That sucks.
yeah,
Sorry to hear. Yeah.
not ideal, but yeah. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, no worries.
It's
Well, I'll see you next week anyway, so you'll be there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but great race. You were right in there, and I still think anytime you can survive that mountain for that number of laps without bouncing off the wall is a success story.
100%. All right. Cheers, fellas. I'll let you get on to the next one. Appreciate it.
We'll see you.
See ya.
Ooh, I almost moved you, Peter. He moved quicker than I could. Let's bring in. Let's see. Oh, Jeffrey Decker. Jeffrey Decker, who jumped in real quick, offered his insights before the race, and up 28 spots. So P10 after winning it last season. I'm sure there's a little disappointment there, but I gotta say, after working your way through the entire, this was Pete Mobron-esque. I dare say, working your way through the field. But what was your? We talked a little bit about your mentality going into the race. How did it play out?
Yeah, it was I didn't win last year. I ended up P4 last year, I think.
Oh, you were. Was it?
I think Edwin won.
Oh,
I can't say
okay.
for sure.
You
Yeah.
would won. All right. Well,
No.
oh, my bad.
Yeah, all my wins are this season. That's why it's caught me by surprise.
Interesting. Okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, it's tough starting P38, like especially when like I was kind of expecting to be second row on the grid at least. So yeah, I was just expecting to try to just work my way through traffic, and it kind of worked out well. There were obviously some laps where I felt like I was held up, but that's no one's fault. That's just I put myself in that position. But yeah, the racing was luckily nice and clean. I did an early pit stop to try to just jump some extra traffic, and I think that worked out and found some clean air. But then the final pit stop, I was also expecting like that I would be in earlier because I did the earlier pit stop, but the entire group that I had just caught also pitted right in front of me, and I had to come in. So that I think kind of set the tone for the last stint and just a battle. And I think I could have maybe got P9 had I gotten through just a little bit faster, but I think anything else was out of reach. But yeah, it was good fun. And I also want to apologize to Steve Dewar. I took him too wide getting into the S's, kind of like unintentionally, and then I panicked because I was on the inside. And we didn't touch, but I definitely spooked him into like spinning out there, which I feel very, very bad about because up until that point, I'd done a really good job of not doing that to people. So I do want to give a massive apology to Steve for that as well.
Well, yeah, that, no, nobody,
Yeah.
that stinks. But the, overall, it's something to hang your hat on. Up 28 spots total. It was fun watching you kind of leapfrog your way through the field, and clearly you've got this track. I do wonder, what could have been if could have.
You and me both, my man. You and me both.
So who knows? But we were also talking to Josh Fitz-Johnson, and he also had a fast car, and he's P5. There's the competition is stiff, which I think makes what you accomplished tonight all the more impressive. Yeah, that's all I got to say about that. Oh boy, I always do this. I always bring up next week.
Hockenheim
Ring. Okay, Hockenheim Ring. So I have by that track? Do you know?
Yeah, brand new. I haven't been in it in the Skippy yet. I've done, I think, like a GT3 race or something like that, and that's it. So, yeah, it'll be an adventure next week for sure.
Awesome.
Totally worth it. Awesome track. Tons of different configurations. I've done a couple of different sessions on it, but yeah, it's a great addition. So, and lots of like, it's definitely not a draft track, so that'll be fun.
Well, good
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
man.
I think the only sketchy point will be the hairpin. I don't know what configure running, but yeah, either way, looking forward to it. It's always fun to go to a new track and experience something new. Um, yeah, a little disappointed about today, but hey, what can you do? I messed up qualifying. It's all on me.
Well, and ultimately we do have a good drop week policy, and I think we're going to be increasing it, potentially in future seasons. But even for now, if this ends up being one of your worst, a P10 ends up being one of your worst finishes, then I think overall the season wise, it's going to be a pretty good deal. So,
Yeah, I
um,
think so. I think so.
yeah. Well, and especially starting 38th. I mean, that's a heck of a run. Congratulations. Before we let you go, anybody that you want to say hi to?
Cheers. Yeah. My wife, she was like, it sounded like it was a hard race, so she showed up with a beer like right after the end of the race, which was amazing. Yeah, you guys, or you for doing the broadcast, obviously. Yeah, it's always super appreciated, and anyone watching. Yeah, it's so nice to have comments and stuff to read back afterwards.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations once again. Great finish. And yeah, watch back. We'll see you next week at Hockenheim Ring, and hopefully see you in the interview booth once more.
Cheers, man. Thanks.
See you.
See you, Jeff. Great job.
Jeffrey Decker and Adam Wright we're gonna bring in, who overall, um boy, I hate to say, I know, Adam, you're fast, and I don't want to presume anything here, but is this your P4? Is this your highest finish, or have you gotten a podium before?
This is the highest I've ever finished by at least a handful of places, so pretty excited.
Okay, all right. I was gonna say, I mean, you were running up front, you were leading the race at points, and it was, I was like, man, Adam is on a mission. I was a little, I'll tell you what, man, I give everybody, all of you guys, credit. I was seeing you battle, I think it was Lauren there at the very end, couple laps left, and really fighting for that lead position. What was your strategy after that second pit stop when you realized that, hey, man, I got a shot at this? Like, where did you want to position your car for that lead into the end?
I thought there was pretty much a 0% chance of winning, so I wasn't trying to be too defensive. I was trying to just not let everyone by. I mean, with the draft, like there's the two straights that are really good passing opportunities. So if I could let just one pass each time and maybe hop back up, that was mostly what I was hoping. And it worked out that I think there was just a little bit of traffic, and then a group got separated behind us. So then it was kind of just us top four. So it worked out kind of well. And I was kind of hoping they would crash into each other, but they kept it clean. So pretty
That seems to be a common theme.
we lose Chris.
Oh, I don't
Oh,
know.
can you hear me?
Yeah, yep, there you are. Yeah, that was
All
a
right.
little bit of a common theme with the hoping the guys up front would crash, but they'll let you down.
Yeah, that's okay. I mean, Eric really helped me out. He seemed to be doing the same strategy I was, which was just extend the stint for as long as possible. I was looking at my track map a bunch to see where the traffic was and where I'd come out, and I think some of the other guys got held up who pitted earlier. They got stuck in some traffic of people who, and like that whole mountain section, you just can't get by. So,
Yeah, there's
what-
one small spot where I guess it was the second last lap where I guess you lost that draft a little bit, and you guys were about a second and a half behind. Anything happened to cause that?
So we were on the front straight between turn 1 and 2, and I was kind of hugging the right side, and I thought I was close enough to the edge where no one could get by me on that side, and Fidge decided to squeeze through there, and I was like, oh shit, like I didn't realize there
Uh,
was room over there. So then we went side by side through turn two, which gave me the inside for turn 3 and 4. So that's where we went slower through there, which let the guys in front of us get ahead a little bit, and also stacked up the guys behind us.
bummer.
Worked out, so.
Yeah.
Well, man, I'll tell you what. Ultimately, it's a hell of a run, and it's got to feel good to be out there in front. One thing that we're kind of beating a dead horse about is just how insane the competition has gone in the league overall, and it's almost like we're moving from F1 to IndyCar here with a parity where you really don't know from week to week. I mean, ultimately, Edwin takes the win, which is of no shock to anybody, but that wasn't on anybody's radar right up until the end. You know what I mean? So it's and you're a large part of why that was the case, and it was just awesome to watch as a spectator and a fan of the league and the series. So just a great exhibit you put on, made Chicago proud. And
For
you
sure.
know we're going to Hockenheim Ring, which is a new-ish track. We talked about it a little bit, but I was mentioning I still have to buy it. Is this one you feel comfortable with? Have you run it much yet? Did you do any in the Indy Pro? I know you run that as well, or have been.
Yeah, I'm familiar with it. I mean, I've run it like the F1 games, and I ran it earlier this season in the Indy Pro. The league race I did in the Indy Pro didn't go so hot, but I'm interested to see how it feels and how it races in the Skippy with there's a lot of straights.
Well, I'm hoping that you can carry some of this momentum and capitalize even more on it. Get yourself a podium, if not more. And we will see you next week. Anybody that you want to say hi to before we let you go?
Just want to give a shout out to Eric for dragging me around for most of the race, and to you guys for putting on a good broadcast.
Very good, man. Well, we appreciate it. Hell of a finish tonight. Great race. You put on a great show for us. I don't think you'll be disappointed watching it back either. Sometimes when you watch broadcasts that you're in, you're like, man, I know how this ends, but it's still exciting. I think this is going to be one of those times for you. So have a great night. We'll see you next week.
See ya.
Great job, Adam. Take care.
All right, that was Adam Wright, and he finished P4 overall. Looks like that's it for our interviews tonight. But any final thoughts on what you saw tonight, man? I almost it feels like a blur. I think some of that is the lack of sleep, but some of that also is just the fact that there was a lot going on, and I kind of want to watch it back myself just to see all the stuff that we missed. It was I'm very appreciative of you coming in. Kind of on the fly. I'm sorry that
Yeah.
I would rather you
I'd
have
rather
been
not.
racing, but once again,
Yeah.
I'll say it again. Your loss is our gain, and I really appreciate you coming out.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I mean, I think it just makes especially tracks like this, it's so exciting when there's two pit stops. Well, driving it is not my favorite when there's two pit stops because it just opens up that margin for error, like doubles it. But like it just adds to that level of I don't even know if there's so much with strategy, but as Jeff mentioned when he made that decision to pit a little bit early and make sure, and some of the other guys making sure they pit with somebody else and maintaining that draft. It's so critical. So it just goes to show that there's some thinking that goes along with all this stuff as you're trying to navigate not running into people or the walls. And anyway, it's awesome to see like that level of complexity added to it, because when you do pubs, it's just sort of like an all-out sprint race, and you can kind of see that ends up translating to the mentality of people. So adding those pit stops and a little bit of a longer race, when people adopt it, it just it makes it that much more interesting and that much more immersive into the sim world kind of thing.
It adds a wrinkle, and I think that I just bring up the what we're trying to launch here, the USF 2000 League or series rather, under the SNS banner here. It's the same deal.
Yep.
You know, I feel like the Skippy, it's a great Class D public racing car, but SNS just kind of adds another wrinkle to it. The length, the pit stops, the competition just takes it to a great car, and I think puts it in a forum that is worth the car. It's just so fun to drive, and I think that's kind of the mentality of anything that's done under the Sunday Night Skippy banners, to take great cars and just kind of make what their public race equivalents are just a little bit better, um, and kind of do them justice. And that's the word I'm looking for.
Yep.
So
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, and
Yeah.
you're right. Having 2 pit stops, I mean, that's just another level of like, oh crap, I gotta think about this, I gotta execute this. But you're not gonna get, you don't get that elsewhere, which I guess to some people's, it could be a benefit, it could be a bad thing, but ultimately for us, the viewers, at least, it's good. And I think for the drivers, it sharpens. You can see it week in and week out, just kind of sharpen your skills, and it elevates all the drivers' abilities as time goes on.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and it goes to show, like, I mean, I almost do pubs just so I can like practice it. So I'll intentionally start at the back on a couple of pubs, just say, okay, let's use this as my opportunity to get used to traffic and things like that. And then when I can join the Wednesdays and the Friday races, it's same idea where you just get so much more enjoyment out of racing with the guys that and you get used to running with, and that kind of stuff, versus, I don't want to say the frustrations of the pubs, because it's totally hit or miss. Like, there's some really great guys in the pubs, but at the same time there's also guys that just, like, what are you doing? But anyway, it's cool, and it goes to show, like, look at Discord and the amount of new guys, and everybody is really gravitating to this, and SF2 is kind of taken off, and now, with the USF 2000, I don't think we've come up with a new name for that car yet, but I've done a couple of those races, and more of the practice with the guys and stuff, and it's a totally different, while the car's really not that much faster, it definitely is faster, and the characteristics are that much different, and braking and having more gears and everything else is a lot different, and actual downforce. So it just
Right.
goes to show, like, you're gonna see people, that group of people is gonna, I don't ever think they're gonna abandon the Skippy, but it just, again, it takes you to a new level. I think even my capabilities have gotten a little bit better since I've been playing around with that car more too. So again, like, this community of Sunday Night Skippy is kind of like helping everybody evolve into like being more dynamic racers, which is kind of, I gotta think what the intent was when you guys
Yeah.
started it. But yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, I think when we say league mentality, it means a lot of things, but that's certainly one of them. And it is that rising tide lifts all boats kind of thing.
Yep.
And the USF 2000, it's crazy how very different cars can actually help you. To be honest with you, that was the reason why I got interested in the skip in the first place. I'm an oval guy through and through. I've said that before, but I know there's a lot of new people to the league. Um, I got tired of being horrible at road courses in the stock cars, so I started racing the Skippy, and that's how I got involved with all this. And it's funny because my oval racing got better because of the Skippy. Now, you wouldn't think anything,
Yep.
so much less, the USF 2000 adding to Skippy and vice versa. So it is really crazy how um, learning those different cars, learning those different disciplines actually translates exceedingly well across the board, even though they really don't have much to do with one another.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah,
Yeah.
it's
No, it's awesome. So yeah, it just seems everybody's really enjoying it, and I've seen, like, the races have gotten cleaner over the last. I see it, like, I think I've only been in it for 4 seasons, but yeah, everything seems to be getting cleaner. Everybody's, I like that there's no comms, because you know, if you're trying to make it immersive, you can't talk to the other drivers. It's just
mhm.
weird. So I'm glad we kind of shut that down, because it's not only distracting, but it just takes away from what the reality is. Like you can't start talking to the other guy and say, hey, let's draft together. Like even in pubs when I hear that, I'm like, it's so stupid. Stop it. like,
Right.
like yeah, you can, if you guys can't figure out how to do that together without like using comms, like it just doesn't make any sense. So I'm glad we shut that down. That makes it more realistic, and everybody just yeah. I mean, you can see that just the mix of people, and it's not just this track or the previous track or some of the newer tracks. Like the number of variety of people up in the top 10, it's changing pretty much every race. So
Mhm.
yeah, there's this same old guys, but anyway, it's just gonna continue to evolve, and I think everybody's having an awesome time.
Well, you're getting a lot of praise here. I think that's Seth M, which I believe is Seth Manheimer, and is that? Oh yeah, that's Joshua Fitz Johnson. Big ideas, Andy. Giving you the booth praise here. You're a natural. You're welcome back
Yeah.
anytime. They, I think, have ulterior motives in wanting to keep you off the track, but I think that it
Yeah.
still is very true nonetheless. Both things
Yeah,
can
it's
be
cool.
true. So
Yeah,
all
it's
right,
cool. Well,
man.
you go get some rest, and yeah, it's pretty exciting times. I've been through it a couple times, and enjoy the kids. They're I guess it's different when you're the older you get, the more
Ugh,
interesting it is, and their stages, and you kind of slow down and appreciate them a little bit more, and all the different phases. So it's pretty it's exciting times for you, I'm sure, and just take it easy and take care
yeah,
of mom. that's the
yeah. That's the big
that's
thing.
that's
That's the
your
big
job.
thing. Yeah, she's been very gracious with letting me have my time to be able to do this stuff, and I that is
Nice.
not lost on me. Let's just put it that way. Very
Yeah.
very appreciative of it, and yeah, well, and I feel bad. It's just life's been so crazy, but I promise next week, for all the regular viewers out there, I will have a picture ready to go. Same one
Yeah,
I
cool.
think the same one I shared, but yeah, still I know there's some probably family out there. It's it's just so crazy to me that over the past year, this group of internet strangers has just become such a oddly large part of our lives. I think it's just because the amount of time, you know what I mean? Like, weekly,
Yeah.
at least minimally weekly, spending an hour plus with each other. I think it's just a matter of time before we all, get a little bit invested. So I'll have a picture
Yeah.
ready to go, and I'm excited to
Awesome.
show that. Very proud of our first daughter, and yeah, it'll be good. So
Cool.
if it's
Cool.
not clear, I am rambling because I am exhausted. So I'm gonna go get some sleep, and I hope everybody else does too. Enjoy the broadcast. Thank you very much, Peter. I really, honestly, really do appreciate you joining me in the booth tonight.
Cool.
And
Yeah. Well, thanks for
you're welcome back
yeah, thanks for
anytime.
having me.
Yeah, if your iRacing decides to boot you for any reason, you just come on, you
Yeah.
come on over, and
Yeah. Well, there are days where I'm just like, you know what? I don't. Yeah, I'm not. I don't. I'm not up for a race. So,
yeah.
yeah, maybe I will join you because
That is a healthy feeling, by the
it's
way. It
kind
is
of
a
fun.
healthy feeling to have. Some days is just not working for you. But the
Yeah.
good news is now you have another outlet to still enjoy, you know, what we do. But yeah,
Yeah.
really
Well, it's
appreciate
cool
it.
because I mean, knowing who they are, I think helps. I couldn't imagine doing a color commentary on something where you don't know who
Unreal.
any of the guys are, or
I think we should do
you're
that
not
sometime.
familiar
Just
with
do
them at all.
just pick a random public race and just spectate it and go for it.
Yeah.
It could be fun.
Just start making stuff up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Ian's pretty good at that. Yeah, we would have to have Ian
Yeah.
on that. Oh boy.
Perfect. Okay, go get some rest, and yeah, take care. Have a good week, and we'll see you next week.
Really appreciate it. Well, good night from us here at Cavalry Racing Network. We will see you, like you said, next week at Hockenheim Ring. It should be an exciting one. Gonna drop a couple dollars on that. And take care of yourselves. Be safe. Really appreciate everybody tuning in. Share it with your friends and family. Enjoy it. That's it. That's all I got. Have a good night, everybody.
Cool. Thanks, Chris. See ya.